Ternyata planet Renanya ini kosong guys ya. Gue kira tuh padat bulat gitu. Oh my god. Lagi nih. Waduh, the weights nyala lagi dong. Hey, what's going on guys? Nost here. Hari ini kita lanjut lagi Tales of Arise. Jadi di part kemarin kita udah tahu asal-usul kutukannya si Shionne sama cara ngilanginnya. Terus kita juga udah nyampe di ruangan terakhir Forbidden Zone dan di sana kita nemuin ada si Voran, Rena's Alma sama Red Woman-nya. Ternyata Red Woman-nya itu ada 3 guys dan mereka semua berubah jadi kayak alien gitu ya. Terakhir jadinya kita ngelawan 3 bos sekaligus. Terus setelah kalahin cutscene-nya gue potong karena takutnya video kemarin kepanjangan guys. Hari ini kita bakal lihat kelanjutan ceritanya. Let's go. Oke guys, ini kita udah di cutscene setelah beres ngelawan bos di part kemarin ya.
Do you think it's really over?
Do you think it's really over? Oke, kenapa si Red Woman itu kayak ngeluarin ungu ya dari badannya ya? Ngeluarin, what? Dia self-destructed.
What? It's self-destructed?
Ah bener guys, dia ngeledakin diri ya. Setelah kalah dia bom bunuh diri guys.
I'm okay.
Oh untungnya si Alvan nggak terlalu kenapa-napa guys. Padahal dia kena ledakannya itu ya.
You had me worried there.
Sekarang saatnya kita ambil guys Rena's Almanya nih.
Who said you could touch that?
Oke guys, si Voran bangun ya. Oh my god. Apakah kita bakal ngelawan bos lagi nih di part kali ini ya? Setelah kita ngelawan Red Woman di part kemarin.
I should have thought as much. So you know this place?
Naturally. It was built for me after all. Oke guys, katanya si tempat ini nih yang jadi substitute-nya Maiden itu dibikin untuk si Voran guys.
Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me? You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
Okay.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think?
Oh, hancur dong borgolnya. Ternyata gue kira si borgol itu kuat banget, tapi si Voran dengan gampangnya dia ngancurin.
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing out
si Voran ini dia udah tahu kebenarannya tapi masih aja gitu.
Prattle. I proved my worth and the sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings.
Aneh dia. Kalau si Alvan kan dia udah tahu di eksperimen tuh dia nggak mau lah jadi supreme. Tapi si Voran ini dia masih maksa terus guys orangnya.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dahna. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Dahnan.
Okay.
Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean...
Oh my god, bener nih. Jadi Volron itu juga ternyata orang Dahna ya. Dia orang Dahna yang diculik sama orang Rena masuk magis untuk dieksperimen jadi sovereign guys.
Just like us.
A slave from Dahna tuh.
Isn't that right?
Terus tadi kata si dua hal ini kemungkinan besar yang jadi sovereign ini harus orang Dahna guys.
So he posed as a
cuma orang
Renan and
Dahna yang
caused all
bisa
that suffering
nahan
to his own
kekuatannya itu
people?
ya.
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renan and Dahna have meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters.
Ini sih sebenarnya si Voran ini agak aneh ya. Sebenarnya dia kan orang Dahna tuh, tapi kenapa dia jadi lord di Gerard Heros ya? Dia nyiksa orangnya sendiri gitu ya. Bentar. Kenapa masih ada?
A red woman.
Another one?
Berarti ada 4 ya
Give your
totalnya?
master back on Rena.
Give your
this
master back on
message.
Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer. Oke guys. Jadi si orang ini benci sama semuanya sih kalau gue lihat. Dia bilang ke si Red Woman ini, katanya bilangin ke pemimpinnya Red Woman yang ada di planet Rena, dia bakal datang ke Rena dan dia bakal hajar semuanya guys. Wait, Rena's Alma dibawa cabut ya tadi ya sama si Red Woman nya. Oh kacau nih.
Can't stay here.
We need to go. Outfit.
Aneh nih guys, si orang ini kenapa bisa sifatnya kayak gila gitu ya. Aduh kan, kepisah si Shionne. Oh my god, gimana nih? Emang bisa ya jauh gitu ya? Oh kan? Gue kira bakal jatuh sih Shionne. Oke. Wah gila, gue kira bakal mati ya.
Go. But no, I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Let's go.
Sebelum kita cabut dari tempat ini guys, kayaknya tempatnya udah mau runtuh ya, udah kebakaran gini pak.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything, who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
Oke.
Are you two okay?
Orang udah gila guys.
We'll be fine.
Kita udah balik ke ruangan sebelumnya
Is
nih ya.
Volron, have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Oke.
Those red
Ya sebenarnya
women.
masih belum tahu ya si Volron itu mati
What
atau
the
enggak
heck
guys.
was their deal?
Karena tadi kita tinggalin doang. Ada kemungkinan sih
Could
kalau
they be
lihat
the ones
dari
behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers and Faria in a
ini
trance?
sih creatornya, developernya demen banget plot
What?
twist guys, banyak
Those
banget plot
brainless
twistnya. Ada
things?
kemungkinan si Volron masih bakal hidup
Either
sih
way,
kalau bahasa saya.
they've done a runner with the Renaissance. Damn it, that's the second time now.
That's second time now.
Whatever's stolen
Kita-
from us, we'll steal it back.
Kita udah
The
kecuri
future's
guys karena
ours to
samanya 2
protect.
kali ya. Pertama kali
And
waktu
right
di
now,
Dengan Heroes,
those things are
kedua kali
what's
sekarang.
standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Which?
Did you say Rena?
Volron mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
Wah,
If
ada
that
kemungkinan kita
monster's
bakal ke
formed
planet
their
Rena
true
nih.
identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renaissance in their grasp already,
Wah,
so it's
gila sih.
unlikely they'll have cause to return
Gue
to
gak
Dahna.
nyangka sih ini sih ya.
I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Awalnya gue cuma nyangka kita bakal ngelawan 5
Then we're
lord.
agreed.
Tapi ternyata
Let's
kita
head back
kena
to the
Magis nih.
starship.
Abis itu kayaknya bakal ke Rena. Saatnya sekarang
But
kita balik ke ini
seriously,
guys.
I was not expecting
Ke
Volron
pesawat
to actually
luar
be
angkasanya ya.
here.
He seemed to care not one whit.
Nah, ini kita udah balik lagi ke kotanya ya. Udah malam guys.
What the? When did it get pitch dark all of a
It's
sudden?
dark. All of a sudden.
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone?
Oh bukan malam guys, ini
Jauh.
kayaknya kemungkinan gara-gara ledakan di Forbidden
You
Zone
too.
makanya lampu di
Faria,
Magis ini
over
jadi
here.
mati ya.
Thank goodness you're safe.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all. She doesn't remember a thing.
Nah bener kan,
So she
dia tuh
really
gak ingat
was
pas
being
dia lagi
controlled.
ngesamen Tormented Limbs itu guys. Jadi emang bener dikendaliin
He
sama
told
si
me about Tarnigan too. Is it true?
Red Woman.
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once!
Faria, not now.
It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegis is in grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged.
Oh.
Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but
Reaktor inti
complete
kotanya ini
restoration
rusak,
still a way
ya?
off.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer, and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Jadi si masyarakat ini pada
Forget
panik
the
ya,
Sovereign.
penduduk di
I doubt you'll be
Lenegis ini
hearing
pada
from
panik, guys,
him
karena
anytime soon.
What's that
inti si
supposed to
kotanya
mean?
itu
Do you know something I don't?
rusak.
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd...
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegis from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
Gimana cara
Riots
supaya
feed
kita
on
mencegah si
discontent and
penduduknya ini
unrest,
nggak
right? So if we want to keep the peace,
berontak ya?
we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease? Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust. That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegis right now?
Dohalim. Highest ranking person Dohalim.
Lenegis wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is... Ah. Very well then. Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still
Jadi
online.
si
Which
Dohalim
ones?
kayaknya mau berusaha nenangin si penduduknya ya.
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over?
Ini kayaknya mau di-sharing gitu guys, pakai device gitu ya. Tuh kan, bener kan pakai layar gini guys. Si Dohalim ngomong.
Look up there, it's Lord Dohalim.
Hold on! He should be in the crown contest! Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now.
Oke, jadi
My capacity as
untuk
Lord,
supaya tetap tenang ya, si Dohalim nggak bisa ngasih tahu kebenarannya kalau ternyata Sovereign itu sebenarnya nggak ada gitu. Jadi ini cuman bilang aja si Sovereign itu lagi ada urusan lain, jadi dia yang ngomong nih sekarang.
the city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal.
And things will soon be
I know
back
that
to
you feel
normal.
abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegis, not the lords and sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank,
Nice
but
speech-nya
as
si
another
Dohalim ya.
human being among men. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
Wait, nyala lagi? Terang lagi guys? Oke, kayaknya nih
Your
si
speech seems to
Avakir
have done the trick.
berhasil
Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos
ngebenerin
after
si
all.
itunya ya. Si
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time
inti
being.
kotanya guys.
What you said earlier about the Sovereign possibly not even existing. Was it true?
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but
Jadi kalau orang
falsehoods.
Dahna itu dijajah, orang Rena itu seumur hidupnya ditipu guys.
It can't all have
Kacau
been.
sih.
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society. How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that, wouldn't you?
Wah, kayaknya si Dohalim bakal jadi pemimpinnya nih.
You? You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall
Jadi kayaknya
return.
kita bakal menuju ke Rena dulu sih.
But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But how else do you propose to rule?
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegis, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright or on the
Jadi
power
ntar
of their
setelah si Dohalim
astrolites,
jadi pemimpin,
but on
dia
other
nggak mau
things.
ngebagi-bagi orangnya.
More important things.
Jadi kasta-kasta gitu
Things
ya.
like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
Musical talent, for
When I
example.
bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different. I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept turn against death. To see a future.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegis till you get back.
Thank you.
I guess you're not going to make it to Menancia for the foreseeable future, huh?
Berarti si Dohalim nggak bakal balik ke
Indeed.
Menancia nih.
Forgive me.
The people of Elda Menancia can look after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegis who need someone to guide them. Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menancia's borders
Ya, jadi
that much
semoga nanti kalau
faster.
misalnya si Dohalim udah berhasil jadi pemimpin di Lenegis,
Sounds like you're in it for the
kondisinya
long
tuh bakal
haul.
mirip jadi
How
mirip
could I
di
not be?
Menancia ya.
After the second
Orang Rena
chance that
sama
I've been
orang Dahna
granted.
bisa hidup bersamaan, guys.
From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. Though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
Leading,
enough.
not ruling ya.
Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
Pemimpin guys, tapi bukan memerintah gitu.
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes. We should be heading back to the ship.
Oke.
Business on Rena awaits.
Lanjut kita ke shipnya lagi ya, ke kapalnya, ke pesawatnya lagi. Udah di dalam pesawatnya lagi nih. Menuju ke Rena ya, berarti destinasi berikutnya nih guys. Harusnya sih
I thought we'd
Rena
find
udah
answers
yang
on
terakhir ya,
Lenegis,
udah nggak ada
but we
lagi ya
just ended
soalnya.
up finding more questions.
You can say that
Dari
again.
Dahna,
And now we
Lenegis,
have
Rena
more
udah nggak ada
problems
tempat
to
lagi ya
fix
harusnya.
too. Like figuring out how to reform Lenegis.
That can wait for now. We've got more than enough on our plates to deal with as it is. Like figuring out who's really running the show on Rena.
Yeah. Which is why we're going to the Renan homeworld.
Ini bahkan
All
orang
the answers
Renanya
we've
aja
been
nggak pernah
looking
ke
for are
planet
on that
Rena
planet.
guys. Ini kita yang
The person
salah satu orang yang
responsible for
pernah
all
ke
this.
sana juga.
The Red
Dari
Woman
Lenegis ya.
and the Renasalma.
Gue penasaran si planetnya bentuknya bakal kayak apa nih guys.
The answers have to be there. Are we prepared to finally find them?
So, what do we do first when we get there?
We know nothing about the Renan homeworld or what we might face once we arrive. We should get a feel for how things are on the ground before we take any serious steps.
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is an attack.
If we come across a capital, we should...
What's? Kenapa? Kaget gua. Oh my god. Ada lagi dong. Ih, gila horor banget nih si Red Woman ini, kaget gua. Oke, si Red Woman ini muncul lagi ya. Ya kita pesawatnya mau diserang nih guys. Oke. Dia kayak pakai dark astral energy nih. Hah? Diapain tuh? Kayak diteleportin ya? Oke guys. Gue masih nggak tahu apa yang terjadi.
Damn! The hell just happened?
The hell just happened?
Our course has been altered.
Our course
The
has been
coordinates are
altered.
pointing to a different
Coordinates are pointing to
destination.
a different destination.
What's that?
Jadi si
The ship's
destinasi
controls
kapalnya
aren't
ini udah
accepting my
diganti ya,
commands.
jadi ke tempat
The
lain
engine
ya.
is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
Oh my god, kontrol
Quite
kapalnya
bad.
ini
We've
juga
lost
nggak
control
bisa
of the ship.
diatur sama si Dua Halim lagi.
Is all of this the Red Women's doing?
Are they trying to finish us off before we can land?
Everyone! Look there!
Apaan sih? Ternyata planet Renanya ini kosong guys ya. Gue kira tuh padat bulat gitu. Oh my god. Lagi nih. Waduh, the weights-nya nyala lagi dong. Jadi Rena kayak nembakin asal energi darkness ke Lenegis, terus Lenegis nembakin ke Dahna, dan jadinya the wedge di Dahna nyala lagi nih. Wah, gua masih belum ngerti guys. Apa yang terjadi? Dan tuh si Rena itu bentuknya kayak bunga ya. Kayak bunga gitu guys.
A flower blooming out of Rena?
But that flower looks like it's absorbing all of Dahna's energy.
And it appears Lenegis is serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
If that's true, do you think the people back on Lenegis are all right?
We can only pray that they are.
Wah gila sih.
Damn
Ini
it.
sih
Haven't they
plot
taken
twist demi
enough
plot
already?
twist tiap episode guys.
When is this
Gila.
going to end?
Tapi gue udah nyangka sih emang si
Flower of
planet Rena itu
Oblivion.
pasti ada apa-apanya gitu kan. Makanya dia juga berusaha untuk nge-invade
With everything that's
Dahna.
happening, we need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
Unfortunately, yes. Even more so than when it lay dormant.
Can you fix it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
Oh my god, kapal kita
So
rusak
what?
lagi ya kan.
We're just stuck inside here, floating around? For how long?
I don't believe this. We've made it all this way, and now we're stuck here? We're watching Dahna die before our eyes, and we have no choice but to sit here and starve to death?
Law, calm down. You're not the
Shionne
only one
emang
who's
paling
worried here.
nggak stabil guys orangnya.
Right.
Setelah si
Sorry.
Polran pastinya.
It's still too early to give up. There has to be a way to get out of this.
Alphen.
Wait, gempa.
Now what?
Nggak mungkin gempa kan, pasti ada sesuatu yang nyerang kapal
The
lagi.
starship, it's back
Starship,
online?
it's back online.
No, this is different.
Something is pulling our ship
in
towards it. Oke,
towards it.
kita pesawatnya kayak lagi ditarik guys, tapi nggak tahu ditarik kemana ya. Apa nih? Oh, pesawat kita tuh ketarik ke Lenegis nih ya. Ini tempat apa nih? Bukan Lenegis guys, ini ada satelit lain lagi ya. Oh my god. Ternyata ada tempat baru lagi.
We managed to get moving, but where are we?
Where are we?
It looks like Lenegis in here.
Do you think we might run into more Renans here? Or those red women?
Perhaps. Someone brought us here. The question is, who?
We haven't been ambushed, So that probably means they aren't hostile. Still, why would anyone want to bring us here?
Hey, Shionne!
If they wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes us.
Oke.
I still can't get over what we saw happening outside the starship.
Yeah, our planet's really not doing too hot right about now.
I've only ever seen Rena from the surface of Dahna, so I figured it was just another
Nah,
round
ini
planet
si
like
Rena
ours.
juga mikirnya Rena tuh
Still
mirip
though,
kayak
I
Dahna ya.
never would have
Bulat
imagined
gitu kayak
Rena
planet,
actually
tapi
looked
ternyata
like that.
bentuknya kayak bunga ya.
And what's the deal with that giant flower coming out of it?
Beats me. I have absolutely no clue. It's so surreal. It looks like a broken egg or something.
Bentuknya tuh kayak
Rena
telur
and Dahna.
pecah ya, tapi di tengahnya tuh
We
kayak
were
ada
taught that
batangnya gitu
both
guys.
worlds were spherical bodies that floated amongst the stars in the heavens. But to think that they lied to us not only about the sovereign and the crown
Jadi kita
contest,
ketipu bentuknya
but also
Lenegis,
the
ketipu
form
juga
of our
bentuknya
own
Rena ya.
planet.
Ketipu lagi, ternyata ada satelit lain nih guys.
Okay, who's the wise guy that summoned
Look
us
around.
here?
Someone formidable
around.
enough to
Okay,
bring our
guys.
starship along with us.
Oh, ada
They
3
must be
level
here
guys.
somewhere. Let's find
Lower
them.
level nggak bisa, central level oke. Nah, kita udah di lantai tengah ya. Apa nih? Oh guys, gue ngeliat kayak ada pot gitu sih.
This place looks a lot like that room we saw back in the
Like a
Forbidden
lot
Zone.
from- Oke. Oh iya nih mirip
What's that?
mirip di Forbidden Zone nih tempatnya. Kayak ada batang-batang itu. Eits. Ini kan Red Woman ya?
It's one of those!
A red woman in disguise. Or is this their true form?
So it was a trap?
So it was a trap?
It doesn't look like it can move.
Oke, apakah kita dijebak ini?
Tell me, are you the one who brought us
Are you
here?
the one who brought us here? Oke, potnya nyala-nyala guys.
That is correct. It is unusual for me to have
Oh, jadi si
unexpected
ini nih guys,
guests
si
these
ini yang narik
days.
pesawat kita masuk ke
It can talk!
satelit ini ya.
What are you?
What are you? Ini
Havrek
sebenarnya siapa?
35.
Havrek 35 guys namanya.
Havrek 35.
Havrek
that your name?
35 ya.
Correct.
Itu namanya nih.
What is this place? No, wait, before that, just what exactly are you? Are you somehow associated with the Red Women?
Before I answer, I have a question for you. How did you all arrive in this sector?
Oke, kita ditanya gimana caranya kita bisa nyampe di tempat ini ya.
We did not come to this place by choice. Our ship was brought here against our will, by a group of red women who can shift into the same form as you.
In that case, we can assume my brethren who serve the Great Spirit have deemed you all to be a threat most grave.
What do you mean, serve? Are you saying there really is someone more powerful than the Red Women, pulling their strings?
Kenapa nih?
What did you do to
Badan
us?
kita nyala ya?
I examined your bodies. You have not been harmed in any way.
Oh, dia ngecek badan kita guys. Gila sih. Ini
Identifiers
teknologinya
detected.
canggih banget ya.
The Sovereign and Maiden are among
Sovereign
you.
and Maiden are among you.
However, you aren't under its control.
You aren't under
I
its
see
control.
why they viewed you as a danger now.
Oke, kayaknya si
Oh,
ini,
goody.
si
More
Havrek
riddles.
35 ini dia kenal
Do
sama
you
Red
think
Woman
we
itu
can
ya.
trust this thing?
Like it or not, it may be our best chance at a ticket out of here. Let's at least hear it out.
I shall now answer your questions.
We are
Helganaquil.
Helganaquil.
The red women you encountered previously are a form of disguise we employ from time to time, but not our true form.
Helganquil?
Helganaquil, buset dah.
You are on Dake Phasal,
Dake
a celestial
Phasal.
base which drifted here by accident. The will of Rena's
Oh,
great
ini namanya
spirit
ribet juga.
no longer reaches us here. Since my sudden separation from the Great Spirit's influence,
Apalagi nih Great Spirit
I have
influence,
used any and all
Dah.
means to extend my lifespan.
Jadi
As
Cerita
I have
Momen
done
itu tuh
so,
salah satu
I
unitnya
have
mereka
also
ini.
set out to monitor and research Rena and
Organ
Dahna
Duel
from
ini
this
yang nyamar
position.
jadi cewek itu guys.
A
Jadi
question.
Cerita Momen deh.
What is this great spirit of which you speak? Is it something that rules over your kind?
Correct. The great astral spirit is a large mass of astral energy that fills all of Rena, one with its own will, a voice we cannot refuse.
Oke.
A voice? Just like Dahna.
Jadi dia itu
The
nyembah
voice of the Great Spirit speaks to our hearts directly.
nya Rena
We
guys.
have
Jadi
served
Great
it
Spirit itu
without
katanya
question
asal
throughout
energi
the ages.
yang bisa ngeluarin suara
Does
juga ya.
that
Mungkin
mean it
kayak
was
asal
controlling
energinya
your
Dahna guys.
minds?
Waktu itu bisa ngeluarin suara
Wait
juga
a
ya.
second. Could this great spirit be the true sovereign of Rena?
The true ruler of Rena. It could be the same thing that's controlling Volron.
Wait, back up. You're telling us this great spirit of yours is the one that ordered you things to harvest the astral energy from Dahna? I'm not sure I believe that.
Why not? We've already made contact with the will of Dahna back in the Wedge, and in the Forbidden Zone on Lenegus. If Dahna has a will of its own, I don't see why Rena wouldn't.
Maybe not, but think about what you're saying. If Dahna has a will like Rena, then that would mean that we've been controlled by the voice of Dahna this whole time, just like these things.
Dahna's will hasn't been forcing us to do anything.
Yeah, but
Let's assume that what Hevrek 35 claims is true, and that we are indeed cut
Oh,
off from
gila
both
sih.
planets. Even if we had previously been under the control of Dahna's will, we would have noticed now that we are disconnected.
Your fear is not based in logic. The voice of Dahna is much smaller and quieter compared to that of Rena's great spirit. Rena's astral energy is amassed at its center, whereas Dahna's is shared among all its constituents. So thinly is that energy spread that it cannot coalesce and formulate a will. Our findings here indicate as much.
Which explains why we felt its will where we did. The Wedge and Lenegus are where so much of that energy had been accumulated.
The Great Spirit's desire is to consume all astral energy. And the pursuit of that desire is why you see Rena in its current state. As a result, it has turned its attention toward Dahna.
Is that why the crown contest is necessary? So that the Great Spirit can feed off of Dahna?
Indeed. And it was to that end that we Helganquil devised the crown contest. Had the initial spirit channeling from 300 years ago succeeded, all of Dahna's astral energy would have been seized.
But the ceremony failed. Lenegus was severely damaged, and you lost both the Sovereign and the Renaissance.
Oke guys, jadi
Correct.
ternyata
A change in
astral
plan was
energy di
required to
Rena
ensure
itu
the
guys,
spirit
dia
channeling
terkonsentrasi di
success.
satu tempat yang di
However,
tengahnya itu guys.
recreating
Makanya
the
dia
Rena's
bisa
Alma
punya
required a
kesadarannya
vast
sendiri.
amount of
Dan
energy.
dia itu pengen ngambil semua
That is
astral
why we
energy dari
turn
Dahna
to
guys.
Dahna.
Tapi astral
So that
energy di
was the
Dahna
real
itu
purpose
dia
behind
kesebar
the
ke
crown
semuanya ya.
contest.
Jadi
An efficient
seperti
means
yang
to
kalian tahu
harvest
kan
the necessary
butuh
energy from Dahna.
astral energy di satu tempat yang banyak. Jadi
This is all
untuk dia
happening because
punya
of me.
kesadarannya sendiri guys. Makanya waktu
Nevertheless, you still
The
haven't
Wedge,
answered one of
kita
Alphen's
sempat
original
mendengar
questions.
suaranya
Just
Dahna
why
ya.
have you brought us here to your base, Hevrek 35?
Tapi itu jarang-jarang terjadi guys karena
First, it was to
kalau
confirm the
dengan
identities
astral
of
energy
you,
Dahna itu
my
tersebar di
unexpected
seluruh
visitors.
planetnya.
Second, it was to ascertain whether you would be likely to accept my request.
A request? But what could someone like you want us to...
I wish for you all to slay the Great
I
Spirit.
wish for you all to slay the Great Spirit.
I'm sorry, did you just ask us to kill your master?
I did. It is in your best interest that you do so, I might add.
What makes you say that?
Oke, kenapa tapi si Hevrek ini dia pengen
Lenegus has
ngalahin
entered
Great
the final
Spirit-nya?
stage of the spirit channeling plan. As we speak, Dahna's energy is being harvested en masse.
Nah ini
and
dia
transmitted
si Rena
to
tuh mekar karena dia berhasil ngambil
If nothing
astral
is
energy dari
done
Dahna.
about the Great Spirit, it will not be long before all is lost.
You're saying the destruction we saw earlier is just the beginning?
We won't let that happen.
Why do you want us to kill the Great Spirit so badly? Is it to save our world? To free you, Helganquil, from under its control? Why?
No. My primary concern is validating our findings and analysis, which have taken many years to realize. As such, it is my desire to see how your actions impact and change these systems. However, I will not deny that vengeance also plays a part.
Vengeance? For what?
In spite of our long service to the Great Spirit, our species is on the brink of extinction.
You mean you're dying?
At this stage, it would be wise for you to talk with the others. Ask them what you need to know. Once you have your answer, return to me. If you agree to help, I shall fix your ship.
Others? Just how many of you are there?
I am the only Helganquil who inhabits Dake Phasal.
Hey! Hey!
Tutup dong.
It's no use. I think it's done talking to us. Let's take a look around.
Oke guys, jadi tadi di awal Renas Almanya dibawa lagi sama si Red Woman, terus kita tinggalin Volran karena bangunannya mau runtuh. Sekarang nih misinya kita mau nemuin masternya si Red Woman itu untuk dapetin balik Renas Almanya. Tapi pas tadi kita udah di pesawat dan mau berangkat, tiba-tiba Red Woman-nya ini muncul lagi dan ngeteleportin kita ke satelit lain yang namanya Dake Phasal. Di sini kita ketemu sama si Halfrek 35, dia ngejelasin identitas asli Red Woman, sama dia juga ngasih tahu tujuan dia ngebawa kita ke satelitnya dia ini nih. Jadi ternyata si Red Woman sama Halfrek 35 ini ras alien yang namanya Helganquil. Mereka ini diperintah sama Great Spirit-nya Rena. Jadi karena astral energy Rena itu terkonsentrasi di satu tempat, makanya dia punya kesadarannya sendiri ya. Nah tapi karena saking lamanya mereka ngelayanin Great Spirits, ras mereka ini terancam punah ya. Makanya terakhir Halfrek 35 minta tolong kita untuk ngalahin Great Spirits. Next part nih kayaknya questnya kita harus keliling-keliling di satelitnya ini untuk cari tahu tentang si Great Spirit-nya itu. Oke, sampai di sini dulu videonya. Thanks banget buat semuanya yang udah nonton dan support terus. Buat kalian yang suka jangan lupa like, share, and subscribe ya. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay and thank you very much for watching.